you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing another one of my DIY home decor videos. If you have not seen all the videos in this series, I will have a link down below for the playlist. But in today's video, I'm showing you guys how I made the dresser that is right behind me. I'm showing you a little bit of a sneak peek, and I'm just so excited about this because all I used was some temporary wallpaper and paint. And I've never heard of temporary wallpaper before, but it's just the coolest thing because it can be reused, it can be peeled off, and there isn't a residue underneath. It won't rip, tear, or crease, so it's just the coolest thing. It comes in a bunch of different prints. I will have a link down below for the website in case you want to check it out. I think that's all I have to say, except please subscribe and thumbs up this video if you enjoy it, and let's get started. So the first thing I did to start the transformation of this dresser was a little bit of sanding. Now I didn't have to sand away any excess paint, like any old paint or thick stain, anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that I had a really smooth and even surface, so I used a pretty dull sandpaper and just went over it for a few minutes. I'm sure this isn't a surprise to a lot of you, but of course I went with white paint because I love white, and I had to do, I think, about 4, might have even been 5 coats of paint. I know that's a lot, but I'm a thin painter. I would rather do a few more coats and just have like a really nice looking surface, so I did have to go over it a couple of times. Once I was done painting, I did decide to go in with a polyacrylic. This is kind of like a top coat, and it just protects it from having any paint come off, or just like an extra layer of protection, I think is the best way to describe it. So it isn't something that you have to do, but I definitely recommend it. While the polyacrylic was drying, I started working on the knobs, and for the 4 bottom drawers, I used the same knobs that were on the dresser, but I decided to paint them. I'm using this gold paint that I've shown you guys in so many videos, and I always say that now because I really have shown it in so many videos. I used it on the menus for my wedding, the place cards at my wedding, I always find so many ways to use this, and I really love it. I'm not sure if they still sell it, but if they do, I will have a link for it down below. It's just really, really good. So I did about 3 coats on the knobs, and I think they look so nice. The next thing I did was I laid out this super gorgeous semi-permanent wallpaper from Walls Need Love. I'm just obsessed with this print, you guys. And I did it face down so I could put all the drawers on top of it. And then I had about 3/4 of an inch for the lip of the drawer. I wanted to, of course, hide that as well. So I added that on around all of the drawers. I really recommend that you take the time to have all of them completely measured out before you cut, because then you'll know if you have enough for the project that you're doing. I had about 10 inches at the end that was left over, so I literally had the perfect amount for this project. I got really lucky. When I applied the semi-permanent wallpaper, I started on one side of the drawer and then I smoothed as I went, and I definitely recommend that you just start on one side and smooth with your hand as you go, and that will help you to avoid having a lot of air bubbles. If you do get some, it's not a big deal. It can just be pushed out really easily, but I definitely would avoid it if you can. I also wanted to show you guys how I made the holes for the knobs because I think this is super important. So just poke through with a needle several times until it starts forming that circle, and then poke through with something sharp. I used scissors. I know this isn't like the safest way, so I definitely don't want to recommend that you do it the same way, but it worked for me, and I always show you guys exactly what I do. After I had that hole poked, I just put the screw from the inside out, and then I spun on the knob, and it looked perfect. It wasn't showing any ripped wallpaper through, so that is a great tip for you guys, so you won't have to worry about any rips showing. And for the top drawers, I used these really cool pulls that I found at HomeGoods. A lot of you guys know how obsessed I am with these things, and whenever I find ones that I really like, I always just pick them up and save them for a future project because I just think it really steps up a piece and it looks just so much more unique and high-end when you have really cool pulls on it. So I love these so much. I will find some online and have some down below in case you guys want to find some really cool pulls for yourself, but yeah, I just love these. They're so beautiful, so I just put those on the same way as the other drawers. And once that was done, it was time to put the dresser back together. So I hope that you guys enjoy this project as much as I do. I just think it's my favorite so far in this series. It's just so pretty. I have been planning this video for the longest time, so I'm so happy I can finally share it with you guys. I also want to mention again that this is semi-permanent wallpaper, so it can be used on walls, it can be used on so many different things, and I'm just super pumped about it. So I will have a link for the wallpaper down below. There are so many prints to choose from. It's just the coolest thing. And of course, please subscribe and thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!